Hi, everybody. How are you on this beautiful Tuesday? This is Brenda Green with the Be Strong Group. Uh, the Be Strong Group, my husband and I founded this nonprofit in honor of our son, Braden, who has sickle cell disease. And through this organization, our goal is to spread awareness, to share with our community things that's going on in our world, things that are important for those with sickle cell disease, and things that can also allow you to learn more and allow you the opportunity to help. I'm so excited to be here through this virtual discussion. We're choosing topics that are important to those who are impacted by sickle cell disease, as well as a lot of you, our community, our followers who want to learn more, who want to know more, who want to know how can we help. So I'm glad to be here. We took a little break in our programming. I think the last time we talked, we were preparing for our fifth annual Braden's Birthday Bash and Blood Drive. And we appreciate you all for coming out, for supporting. Those of you who donated blood helped us to reach our goal. We collected enough units to save at almost 100 lives. So we did good. We did really well with your support as well. And Braden and I, a couple of weeks after that, because of your donations, you all know that in lieu of birthday presents for Braden, he wanted gifts and toys to donate to the Children's Cancer and Blood Disorder Clinic, where at our local Prisma Health Children's Hospital, where he's treated. He wanted to give back there, and that's what we did. If you follow us on social media, we posted a couple of pictures indicating such, but we couldn't have done it without your generosity, without your support. And I know I've mentioned Braden is 16, so we've been on this journey for 16 years. So he's been seeing his hematologist and visiting Children's Hospital since he was 3 months of age. So over those years, I've witnessed as a mom, a lot of times it wasn't just well visits, it was sick visits as well. So any opportunity that allowed Braden to get a distraction or a smile on his face, either that was through Child Life or through Happy Wheels, rolling around, providing a gift for him. And he always chose the stuffed animals. Don't tell him I told you that. He still loves stuffed animals as well. But witnessing that smile, that just touched my heart. And, that's one of the things that we want, I wanted to do through our nonprofit is to share that brief, even if it's just for a few minutes, relief, that brief distraction, that brief comfort to the parents sitting there just hoping that their babies will get better. So that's what you allowed us to do through your donations. And we were able to deliver it to the center to give to all the kids that are treated in the Children's Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders at Prisma Health. So again, thank you. So we did that. We also made a donation to our adult sickle cell clinic as well, and that's because of you as well. Those are things that they need: snacks and Gatorade and water and blankets and just things that the warriors, our adult warriors, need when they're seeking care or when they have care. They need blood transfusions or meds for pain or anything, anything that we can do to give to them to allow them the comfort that they need just during that moment, and to let them know that we're thinking about them. Their journey matters. They're important, and we recognize them. So that's one of the things, that's several of the things that, as a nonprofit, we wanted to give back to our sickle cell warriors and their caregivers. So that's just a little catch up. We took a little breather to do those things, outreach. We participated in some community events, as well as the Richland County Recreation Commission, the Jazz Fest. We were there spreading awareness at that event and enjoying some jazz too. So we appreciate that opportunity. But today I'm excited because we're here to to talk about our next blood drive. Yep, we're back at it again, but we're excited this time. We're just as excited because we are partnering with some fellow advocates, some amazing leaders and of organizations in our community. And I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to them. One of which is very familiar because she's a very frequent guest of ours. She's a fellow sickle cell warrior mom. She's an advocate. She's a leader of a nonprofit. She is with the American Red Cross. So she wears many hats, but tonight she'll be talking to you from the advocate perspective. And that's none other than Miss Visha Jameson. And I'm going to bring her to the stage. Hey, Visha, how are you?
Hey, I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight
Welcome,
for our
welcome,
chat. This is going to be one of many because as life has it, everybody wasn't able to join tonight. We all have different things going on, full schedules, and really life. And Visha, I want to take an opportunity to just step back because I know I mentioned to the group that to the listeners that the Be Strong group will be partnering with other nonprofits in for our next birthday black bash blood drive on June 17th, which is a Friday in honor of World Sickle Cell Day. But Dre 365 is one of the organizations, but as well, the James R. Clark Memorial Sickle Cell Foundation is another local organization who we're partnering with. We're stronger together. And I just wanted to take a moment because they were unable to join us because, we just want to keep Miss Yvonne Donald in our thoughts and our prayers. She lost her mom. And so, our heart goes out to her. We I've been praying continuously for comfort for her. So we keep her in our thoughts and our minds at this time. But she sent some messages and I know she's all aboard, but there's some things that she needs to take care of. So she's unable to join us tonight. And then there's some other organization as well. But before we talk about the other organization, Visha, now we know all the people know you, but just in case we have a couple out there who don't, just go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
just in case, I am Bisha Jameson, warrior mom and advocate, founder of Dre 365, Dream Reach and Power 365 days a year, founded in honor of my son Dre. Of course, American Red Cross Sickle Cell Account Manager for the state of South Carolina. As Brenda said, we wear many hats, but essentially it is all surrounding our main cause, which is sickle cell disease awareness and advocacy. So I am proud and honored to be able to sit beside virtually this great woman right here, the leader of the Be Strong group, and join forces with all of the other organizations on this upcoming blood drive in honor of World Sickle Cell Day, of course, which is near and dear to our hearts.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And just to mention the other organization, of course, I mentioned James R. Clark Sickle Cell Foundation. We also have AAH, the AAH Foundation. We have Faith Elevated, Mr. Timothy, and they're going to join us for future Tuesday chats on Wednesdays or Thursdays. It's a special however we need to do it. And also, Miss Chandra is representing the Prisma Health Infusion Center. So we're so proud to have her as well to be a part of, to represent and be the voice, the inside voice of our adult warriors that are being treated locally. So this cause of blood donation is very, very important to all of our warriors. But we wanted to make sure everybody know it's not just our sweet babies, but it's our older sweet babies too, um, who need blood as well. And through all of our drives so far, your blood donations, you all out there listening, is actually helping to save some local lives. I know it. I know it. This is so important. And World Sickle Cell Day. So Visha mentioned, World Sickle Cell Day. We're hosting this blood drive on Friday, June 17th at 1 from 1 to 6, and we're at the Bull Street office of the American Red Cross. Um, but it's in honor of World Sickle Cell Day. And what is World Sickle Cell Day? Well, I'll read briefly. On December 22nd in 2008, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution that recognizes sickle cell disease as a public health problem and one of the world's foremost genetic diseases. The resolution calls for members to raise awareness of sickle cell on June 19th of each year at a national and international level. So that's where we are today. I mean, so this is not just in Colombia. This is not just in the United States. This is a worldwide event. Visha, is there anything else? I know you know a lot of the history as well. Is there anything else you want to share about?
You covered it, Brenda. I mean, that's the biggest part. This isn't just local. This isn't something that we just made up. You know, this is it's World Sickle Cell Day. And people are celebrating and honoring our warriors in many ways all across the world. So, you know, you basically gave the history, and you hit the main point on the head. This is World Sickle Cell Day.
Yeah, and it's an opportunity where on this day, and of course we know it's Juneteenth here in our country, but on this day the whole world will be hearing, and a lot of organizations throughout the world will be talking about sickle cell disease. So that's a moment, almost like I think a lot of the topics, the themes have been shine the light on sickle cell day, on sickle cell disease. So that's that opportunity. And through this blood drive, we wanted to work together, come together as organizations, sickle cell advocacy organizations, to host this blood drive in honor of that day, in honor of our sickle cell warriors, just to emphasize the importance of blood donation to our warriors. So we're so excited. And I know you guys, so, and Visha, can you briefly put on your Red Cross hat, just real quick, or step in your Red Cross shoes, and just tell them some of the things that they can do for our blood drive on the 17th.
Absolutely. So we are grateful for groups like the Be Strong Group and all of our other groups who partner with the American Red Cross to host blood drives, because we realize how important blood is to our patients with sickle cell disease. And sometimes transfusions are the way for them to get over a pain crisis and get them to feeling better. So where does our most compatible match comes from for our patients with sickle cell? They come from those who look like us. So we as units, and I say units because we're stronger together, join hands and join forces to encourage those of us out there to be blood donors or become blood donors. And we say consistent blood donors, because we don't want it to just be a one-time thing. There are antigens on our blood that can be specific to patients with sickle cell disease. And the American Red Cross is able to identify that through laboratory testing and send letters out to you and invite you to become part of the Sickle Cell Fighters program. So I know Brenda is very familiar with that. And they have gotten some wonderful rewards and gifts for being a part of that Sickle Cell Fighters program. And we want you to realize how important it is to donate. And if I can say, we, of course, have a special cause because it's near and dear to our heart. And we have a strong, strong passion for blood donations for our patients with sickle cell disease, but also for anybody, those are cancer patients, anybody who's involved in a traumatic incident, moms who lose lots of blood during childbirth. All of these number of things are patients who have to have heart procedures. Anybody who has ever had to have a blood transfusion, we are advocating for them as well, because it is just as important. So a few things leading up to the blood drive. We want you to, of course, eat iron-rich foods. And this is what Brenda and I call doing our homework, okay? Because it hurts so badly to be deferred for iron deficiency. So when your iron is not high enough, you are not able to donate. So let me just take a step back as well. When you decide that you're going to donate, we want you to go to Red Cross, www.redcrossblood.org, and make an appointment. You're going to use the sponsor code Be Strong, the letter B, Strong, STRONG. Okay, that's the sponsor code. You'll be able to find the drive that way. We want you to make an appointment. Okay, make an appointment, secure your appointment, even if you are unsure of the time that you're going to be able to come, get it as close as possible, because we want your name on the schedule. We're not going to turn you away. I promise. I promise. So make that appointment. You are going to come in and be greeted by some wonderful, loving, smiling, warm faces. Number one, you will get a mini physical, blood pressure check, temperature check. They're going to check your iron levels to make sure that you are well enough to even donate. So if you haven't had your physical yet for the year, it's not a physical, but you'll get a mini physical. Okay. That'll give you some ideas of your vitals and your health status at that particular time. And that way they'll prep you for your donation, and then you'll be able to donate. After you donate, we ask that you sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, have some snacks, which we will provide. You don't have to bring it in your purse. We'll have it there for you, just to sit and make sure that you're feeling well before you exit. So leading up to that point, number one, we don't want you to be fearful, okay? We don't want you to overthink it. You know, if there are any questions or concerns that you may have, we have tons of resources that we can give to you to ease some of those apprehensions. But we want you to think of those who are in need of this blood, who are in the hospitals as we speak, waiting on a unit of blood. Okay, we want you to get over that fear and come on in. So, leading up to that appointment, we want you to eat iron rich foods. Make sure that hemoglobin is high enough to be able to donate. Okay, we want you to be very, very hydrated. The more hydrated you are, the smoother the process is. They're able to find that vein, and you're able to just let it flow. So you're
Yeah.
not even you're not even on the bed as long when you are well hydrated. Okay, we want you to also recruit some friends, get some friends on that schedule. Okay, make sure, even that sometimes helps to be able to donate with a buddy. Okay, um what else, Brenda? What else did you want me to tell them? What else you want me to share?
Yeah, well, y'all got to drink your water.
Drink your water,
Drink
eat
your water.
your iron rich foods, have some cheeseburger. That's an excuse to have a
Yeah.
steak. All of these great things leading up to the drive. And like I said, afterwards, you're going to sit, and kind of eat some snacks. But afterwards, we want you to kind of take it easy. Make sure you eat a healthy meal, a good meal to be able to replenish those nutrients. And then we want you to dance off knowing that you have helped to save up to 3 lives. And
Absolutely.
also, we have some great incentives. So anyone who donates at our drive on June 17th, you will receive a $20 Amazon e-gift card. So if that's not enough to make you slide on down to Bull Street on the 17th, I don't know what is. Somebody has something in their cart right now waiting to check out. So,
That's
and I know if you check out even
candy.
before then, you'll have it filled again.
Right.
That's just how it is. And it's an Amazon e-gift card. It'll come to your email 7 to 14 days after your donation is processed, and you will be able to use it right away. I actually just used one from the last time I donated, so it
Mhm.
is real.
Yes, it is real. And I know Visha mentioned about, being deferred, and we take it personal. I've shed some tears, and I'll be fully what's the word I was looking for? Transparent.
Transparent.
Um, I've shed some tears leaving that being deferred. You guys, I've been deferred because I do have the hemoglobin C. So that means my hemoglobin tends to be on the low level. However, because I've consulted with my physician, and she's told me I had to take my iron pills, and we got a time when we take that before a blood drive, when I want to donate blood. And I have to eat my green leafy vegetables and eat that extra iron rich food. So If I don't do that, I'm probably going to be deferred. So we have to do that. We have to do that. And I try to be very vigilant when it comes to that because I don't want to cry. But I've also been deferred because of blood pressure. Mm, yes, too high. So you do get your vitals checked there, and it'll let you know where you stand. And they're not going to jeopardize your health by taking your blood if you not feeling okay and not doing what you're supposed to do. And I was talking about me, making sure I was on top of my issues. And then I was deferred one time. Hemoglobin was fine, blood pressure was fine, but somebody didn't drink enough, so the blood wasn't flowing fast enough. Yep. So and so, but in that, I looked at it as almost as a failure on my part because those are lives. You say, and I value that because I've been on the receiving end, watching my child get a life-saving blood transfusion. And that's what I think about when I go to donate blood. I really think about that. I think about the possibility of um, impacting another mom or a dad or a spouse or a loved one waiting and wanting their loved one to be okay. That's what I think about. So that's why I take it really seriously, for me when it comes to donating. So we're going to encourage you guys along the way. Those of you who have visited the redcrossblood.org, enter in your Be Strong sponsor code, and it's plenty of spots for you guys. So go ahead and join. So yeah, Visha, you not only put on your hat, you put on your Red Cross shoes, your jacket, you shared a lot. And do you realize you are coming back as a Red Cross?
Yes, but and it's as a donor as well. These are things because just like you, Brenda, I think we were deferred on the same day once when we tried to donate because you were there earlier. I came later on and I was like, girl, I got deferred too, for that low iron. But, these are lessons that we learn. Like you said, we feel like failures because we're personally connected, right? And it's something that we know we want to do for a good cause. But at the same time, it's a lesson, not just in what we need to do in preparation to donate, but also as a culture, like what we need to do to better care for ourselves, or even as moms, with the blood pressure, like, all of these different things. And for me, I looked at it that day as I need to be taking better care of myself so that I can not only do something that is connected to my baby, such as giving blood, but to be able to care for him as well. I'm no good to him if I'm not good for myself. So that we just take that as a lesson in a number of things. And guess what? That could also have served as a notification if that was you did not know that you had a blood pressure thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we don't pay attention to small signs that our bodies give us. But because you went in to donate and got that reading, it was like, ooh, light bulb, I need to do something, go back and consult with my physician or do what I need to do, to be able to get that under control. It's just one of those things, so it has several different components. Something else I want to mention, Brendan, this is one of my favorite things about donating blood is you're able to track your blood journey. So I absolutely love seeing where my blood is going. Because when we're in the hospital, my son, just like Brenda's son, has been on the end of one of those life-saving transfusions. And when you see that bag hanging up there, we always say a prayer and say thank you, to the person who did not count it robbery, to walk into a drive or a center somewhere and donate on a particular day so that we were able to have blood when we needed it, right? So when we think about that, I think about when I get that notification of where my blood is going to whatever family is there waiting on that unit of blood. And it's just, it just gave me chills as I was talking about it. It's one of those things that are just blessings on top of blessings. So that is one of the cool features of the app. you're also able to sign up to be a part of Braden's Buddies. And I don't know if I'm probably going way ahead of here, but these I just get so excited about that because the Be Strong group is able to track how many lives they've impacted. You know, there are cool things about the blood donor app that we absolutely love. They have frames there, so you're able to take a selfie. And one of the things I always say as well, when you're in there donating, take a selfie and send it to someone who you know that has sickle cell and say, hey, I did something in your honor today. You have no idea how much that means to them. I was at a blood drive. I put my Red Cross hat back on for 1 second. I was
Okay.
working at a blood drive, and we actually had a family there who was donating in honor of their daughter and wife. And she has sickle cell, but the great thing, not the great thing, but the ironic thing was she was actually in the hospital at that time in a pain crisis. And she texts them while they were there and say, hey, I just got a unit of blood. I'm getting ready to be transfused. Tell everyone there at the drive that I said, thank you so much. This
Wow.
means so much. So, can you imagine? She was in the hospital while the drive was going on, and her family was there donating. And she wanted everyone to know that this is why we do what we do because of people like her. Like she was sitting there at the hospital, just received a unit of blood, and was just so excited to be able to actually feel better. On
Wow.
another hand, you know, we have a one of our fellow warriors who receives 10 units of blood every 4 to 6 weeks. And
Mhm.
since the pandemic, I think he's had to they've cut those units down, but he has to receive this blood and able to have, you know, a better quality of life. So if you can think about every 4 to 6 weeks, you know, receiving that many units of blood, and I think I can't remember the number that he told us in over his lifetime how many units of blood he's had. So you think
Wow.
about just that patient alone, it just warms my heart when I see people, you know, flooding the lines and coming in to be able to donate. So just a little snippet, a little tidbit, you know, of some other great incentives as well. I don't know, Brenda, we might have some t-shirts,
Yeah,
just some, you know, some great things for our people because it is World Sickle Cell Day. So it is a
awesome.
celebration, you know, and we want to celebrate in grand style and honor our warriors.
Absolutely. We will have swag bags. So we're meeting frequently the organizations that we're partnering with to
Mhm.
fill those swag bags with some cool items. So you guys can know we appreciate you. So make sure you like Visha said, download your Red Cross Blood Donor app. Go to your iStore, your Apple Store, and your Google Store for
Google Play Store, yeah. Mhm.
um, and get the blood donor app. I have mine open right now, and Visha mentioned the Braden's Buddy. So um, even though this is not everybody, we're trying to slowly get everybody to become a Braden's Buddy. But on here, it says we've impacted 500 lives, and that's just
Wow.
recent sign up. So you guys, we appreciate you. We ask that you download your blood donor app. You can watch your journey. My last one went to before this one went to MUSC. So there's a large
Mhm.
um, sickle
Program.
cell, yeah, that's impacted there and treated there at population that's treated there at MUSC. So um, this is some great information, and we just wanted to hop on real quick to kind of introduce you. We're going to come back, you guys, in future Tuesday chats, so you can meet the leaders of the other organizations, and they can share more about what they're doing in the community, what's upcoming. Bisha, you guys got anything? Well, we're planning for
Play.
World
World Sickle Cell Day.
Yeah, we got a lot
It's
going
so
on coming up.
right.
Right. So we're busy, but guess what? This is a business of purpose, of a busyness of purpose. So it's some good busy going on. So I'm proud to actually be in area of advocacy on behalf of not just, I tell people we started, of course, on behalf of Braden, but I've met some amazing people along the way, and I recognize a lot of the needs, and I've heard so many stories. So now it's bigger than us.
That's right.
Um, and it's bigger than us, and it's serving a whole lot more people. So I'm proud to be in this number
Mm,
today. So
absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
Bisha, is there anything else we want to share with the it's hey, you guys have any questions for us that you want to ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
Quiet, quiet. I'm trying to check my phone. So with this our Facebook, with this new page experience thing, we have some weird things going on with our Be Strong group page. So I'm streaming live from my personal page right now, due to some technical difficulties. So we may not be able to see any comments that's on Facebook right now. And I'm trying to check my phone. But if you have comments, let us know, or just say, hey, I'm listening to y'all. Hey, I'm gonna sign up to be a blood
I'm
donor
looking right now, Brenda.
on June 17th at, is it 2751?
2751 Bull Street. Absolutely.
And
And
we're
you'll know where we are because it'll be a party going on.
we'll try to have some, hopefully we can have some extra snacks. The Red Cross already gives you your snacks, your Oreo cookies, and things like that, and your apple juice, but we're going to try to have some more snacks near your
That's
swag bag. So just come on out, talk to us. You can, we'll have some other warriors out there. Matter of fact, we're going, Timothy with Faith Elevated is going to put some amazing videos together so we can just share more stories from warriors who, have received or is currently receiving frequent blood transfusions, and just to let you guys know why it's so important, and to let you know it's real. The need is constant, and these are real people who are needing, you to donate blood. So um, this is a real deal. So we're so excited about what's in store, the journey that we will take before we get to this blood drive, by communicating with you all, by me working with other nonprofits in our community and learning more, and us collaborating, because we are stronger together when we come together as one to shine a light on such an important um, deal as blood donation. Just as simple as that.
And if I
Yep.
can say, Brenda, just when you said something, it kind of triggered blood can't be manufactured. So it can only come from human donation. So this is why it is essential, and why we push so hard, to get people to come out and donate. Because if it were as easy as going to the pharmacy, then it'd be a different story. But this isn't, anything that they can make in the lab. We get this from actual human donation. Another thing as well, right now the Red Cross is doing sickle cell trait screening as well. So
Mhm.
I've come across so many people who did not know that they had the trait, that they were carriers of the trait. So when you donate, not only do you get that mini physical, you're able to have those numbers in your app, but it also populates, your results of the sickle cell trait screening. It also, if you don't know your blood type, it'll also populate your blood type in the app as well. So you're able to know, what type of blood you have. A lot of us don't know our blood types.
Right.
And we don't realize how important our blood type is, when
Mhm.
it comes to a number of things, not just in, the blood donation arena, but with other things that, contribute to our health. So those are just some bonuses, and like I said, it can't be manufactured. So that's why we ask for people to come out and donate. Like Brenda said, you'll be able to hear some stories from some other warriors. Her and I both have some handsome young men,
Yeah.
that just will melt your hearts. But you'll be able to hear from them. This isn't it's one thing hearing from mom, but it's another thing hearing from them how a blood transfusion has helped them. They're at the age where they're able to talk about it, and they speak so freely and so well about what they go through having sickle cell disease and how important they recognize blood transfusions being. Like she said, we'll have some great prizes and giveaways. It's just a great day of awareness. We want people to know what sickle cell disease is, how it affects our communities, y'all. Here I go again with the Red Cross hat. One in almost every 10 Blacks or African Americans are born with a trait.
Mhm.
If that gives you an idea of how many of us walk around every day and they're born with a trait, two people with the trait, there's a 25% chance with each individual pregnancy. Now, hear me good, each individual pregnancy. So that doesn't mean that if you have three children, one will have sickle cell, one will have trait, and one won't have anything. Absolutely not. You can have all three with sickle cell. You can have one with sickle cell, two with trait. You can have one with sickle cell, two with, you know what I'm saying? So you just have to keep that in mind. Each individual pregnancy, a child can be born with sickle cell disease. So now we ride in the lane of being proactive versus reactive. So that's why we want to put the information out there. Not that it will change, anything that you have or deter you from creating or starting a family, but having that information on the front end, you're better prepared for what,
Yes.
could possibly be an outcome.
Yeah.
So the advocacy and education and awareness is the heart and the core of why we do what we do.
Absolutely. And Visha, and that's, I'm glad you said about awareness, because being able to know and understand your status, that will allow you to make more informed decisions when it comes down to starting a family. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of my status. I wasn't aware of my husband's status. So this hit us out the blue. So that's one of the things we push as well, is to understand your status. So if you don't know, you can sign up to donate blood, and um, you get the trait. You find out if you have the sickle trait, but then we'll talk to you more, because there's more. It's really more to sickle cell than there are different types and versions of it. I have hemoglobin C, which that combined with someone with the trait can form sickle cell disease as well in a child. So those are things we need to know as well. And I also wanted to mention, Visha, when people, they talk about, oh, the importance of blood transfusion for sickle cell um, patients, for some in different situations. And I want people to understand that right now there is not a universal cure that's safe for everybody. Okay, we are so excited because there's so many research, there are a lot of trials going on, and some seem to be more successful. And we're encouraged and hopeful that in our children's lifetime there will be a cure. But until then, blood transfusions serves as very important treatments for a lot of our warriors. Some cases is life or death situation. And as a case what Visha mentioned, yes, that's life or death, but it's like frequent. Every so often they have to be able to live, to be able to get through pain crises, to be able to prevent some pain crises that will come. So that's one of the reasons why this is so important, because it's a very, very important blood transfusion and exchanges are very important treatments within the sickle cell community.
Absolutely. And we want to make sure that there is plenty on the shelf when our
Yeah,
patients need it. We had a crisis back in January where the blood banks were critically low. We are not technically in a crisis anymore, but our supply is still at a vulnerable state. So, we want to make sure that Draylon and I had an instance back in November where we had to wait to
Mhm.
receive a unit of blood. That was atypical for us because we were accustomed to, okay, if he's been matched in type, they know he needs a transfusion. We're getting that blood, it's ordered, and it's coming within a few hours, or at least that next morning. That didn't happen for us in November. We waited, and his doctor verified with the staff that, listen, if he doesn't get this unit of blood, his condition is going to worsen. He had gotten to a point where he was just really out of it.
Yeah.
His numbers were just off from his norm completely. His platelets had plummeted. So there were a number of things that went on over the course of those 2 days that were like, hello, do I need to put my Red Cross hat on here? You know, like, what can we do? But then this is the importance, like Brenda said, it's life or death. We don't know what could have happened in those critical moments.
Right.
Just to sit there and watch your baby just essentially be almost lifeless, and knowing that this is the one thing that is going to help them, and you're waiting, and not when, but if,
Right.
you know
That part.
is it going to get here? And once you get here, because that time is precious in between. So that's why I say, let's make sure we have a plentiful supply. Let's give those people in the lab plenty of work to do.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we have enough blood even to be able to send our stock supplies to our local hospitals. These are things that we experienced during the crisis. So we want to make sure that we're leading the pack. Brenda and I, we will be there rolling up a sleeve. And it's something that we do often, every 56 days. I'll be a little past my 56, but I'm definitely waiting to be able to donate, several times a year so that we can help those numbers. It is essentially a selfless act. Those that we say plan for an hour, right? Because we put a little bit more time on the front and the back. It literally doesn't take an hour, but that 1 hour out of your day, just the impact that it has, even if we're fearful of needles, even if, whatever the case may be, that one little prick, that 30 seconds of prep, whatever the case may be, it is just so selfless, but the impact that it has is amazing. And I always ask donors, especially our first timers, will you do it again? And the answer has 100% been yes, I will.
I love
Um,
it.
Yes, I will. We want you to be consistent donors. We don't want us to even have to remind you. We want you to send us a text after June 17th, once your 56 days is up, and say, hey, I am coming to donate at the Cycle for Sickle Cell, because that should be
Right.
about 56 days. Or
Like,
I have, I'm coming into the center to donate. We want you to have those auto reminders on yourself, and not have, someone to say, hey, will you donate blood? But we also want you to encourage others to donate blood. Also, for those of you who are unable to donate for whatever reasons, and just let me say this, if you have the trait, you absolutely can donate. That is something that we hear a lot. I have a sickle cell trait, so I can't donate. You absolutely can. Brenda and I both can
yep.
vouch for that. Okay.
Impact.
Exactly. So you can donate. If you have diabetes, you absolutely can donate, as long as it is controlled and you're feeling well on the day of. On the day of, you will have a health questionnaire that's asking you specific questions about how you're feeling that particular day, so no worries on that end as well. Any other concerns, you can reach out to Brenda, and if she doesn't have the answer, she knows how to find it. Okay.
Mhm.
She knows, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions, or appease those concerns that you may have. But there was something I was going to say leading up to that.
Uh-oh.
Where did I
You
leave off?
just be racing and running.
Let's just go, 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 go.
I do want to say is for those of you who are listening now live, thank you, and those who are listening on replay, we're going to have lot. You're going to see a lot of my social media is going to be about you signing up. So you might as well go ahead. You might as well go ahead. So you can say Brenda already did. So, but signing up to donate blood. But we also on the 17th we're going to have Donna to talk about. Okay, so I've donated. What next? So she will share with us what happens when they take your big, beautiful black bag of blood back to the lab. She's going to explain that process. So I'm excited about that.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and we're gonna definitely have on our other partners for this Stronger Together blood drive as well. So you can all can meet them. We're gonna try to snag a couple of other Red Cross folks, maybe Dr. Yvette, Dr. Miller, maybe Shawnette, just to kind of tell you guys what the important part of it. I mean, you may know that these are on repeat before every blood drive that we host, but it's important because you always get somebody who hadn't heard something. Right. And we all need reminders. I need reminders. I need to, that reminder, that encouragement. You got to drink your water. You got to take your iron pills. You got to eat your drink. You got to eat your hamburger. I don't need a reminder for eating hamburger, but yeah, making sure we're taking care of us in prep before a blood donation, and like Vicious, that's just a part of life. That's what we do now. That's a part of that quarterly thing that we're going to do. We're going to donate blood, and I have met some people along the way who really cannot donate blood because they get really ill. So now they're on my little list, but what they're tasked to do is to find somebody to take their place. My mama, and sorry, mom, my mom is one of them, but I swear if she did not pull several people at the birthday bash to donate, I'm like, how you got 5 people donating on your behalf? That's good.
That's good.
I didn't tell you need to have 5, but she made sure she was covered as far as finding someone to donate in her place for her because she was unable to. And there are situations out there like that. So if you can't, after you've tried or asked or inquired with your physician, then just share it with a friend or family member, especially those young ones. Get them out there donating blood.
That was exactly my point, Brenda, when I was like, oh, I forgot. But that was it. If you are unable to, for health reasons or whatever the case may be, travel restrictions, because those are some as well, find someone to donate in your place and consider hosting a blood drive as well. If you're a part of a group or organization, Brenda and I will be more than happy. Well, number one, I'll be, Red Cross hat again, booking the drive for you, but we'll be more than happy to support that effort and that initiative. If your church may want to host a drive, your fraternity or sorority, you may be a part of a social group or a community organization, whatever the case may be. If you're unable to donate, that can be your due diligence to our community as well. And like Brenda said, recruit people to donate in your place. I always tell people of someone else to replace you, but apparently mama there it takes 5.
Right, my mama have it. Yeah, she it takes 5 people to take her place.
Exactly. I'm with you, mama.
It probably is. That's the truth. That many people to represent my mama.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. And our worries will be on site.
You mentioned about other organizations. So I met this gentleman who leads an organization up in Antonio. If you're listening, I think he already has a drive booked. He's planning on coming down to Columbia for hours. I'm going to, help him, with his, because you can't have too many blood drives, you guys. So if you, like Visha said, if you have an organization or maybe you wanted to host one at your job or at your church, reach out because, it's not, Red Cross makes it easy. The hardest part is getting y'all to sign up. Go to redcrossblood.org, typing in that sponsor code
Be
and
strong.
book your appointment. That's the hardest part, but it's all good because you do it in love. You guys come through all the time, each time. So, and I do see a couple of comments on Facebook, and I do apologize, you guys. We can't see. Ooh, Facebook with this new page experience. Upgraded my page, but Danielle said she was able to get her job to set up a blood drive in September. Yay!
Awesome.
Right. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. That's amazing, and it's so good to have coworkers, your employers, being so supportive of you. And Danielle is a fellow mom of a warrior. I hope Tyson is feeling well. So yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Send me that information, Danielle, so I am able to support that in all ways possible. Make sure you get some good incentives. And even if I am in the area on the day of the drive, I can come through and show some support.
All right. All right. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see all the comments. So I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all commenting. I'm trying to see it on Facebook. It's not showing, but I see Wendy's on. Hey, Wendy, thank you for always joining and being
Wendy.
supportive. Hey, Ebony, how are you? And Bisha, Danielle says she's going to reach out for sure. So that's
Awesome.
so exciting. I love to see that. I love to see that. So, okay, you guys, I had no intentions in keeping y'all this long. But y'all know, especially when me and V should get together, we kind of can go on and on and on. But I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be back next Tuesday um, to chat with you once again to bring some information to you. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to just listen to us talk about this blood drive, Stronger Together, June 17th from 1 to 6 at the Red Cross building on Bull Street. We're going to have a party. This is all in honor of World Sickle Cell Day, where we will be sharing, spreading awareness pretty much the entire weekend about sickle cell disease, as well as, of course, we will be celebrating Juneteenth on the 19th as well. So we're excited to have you. If you have any questions, I will be going back to Facebook to check the comment section and I'll respond to you guys. Hopefully, we'll be set up and together. Facebook and I will come together next Tuesday in order for us to stream live on the Be Strong Group page, work out our little technical difficulties. But I am so pleased for you guys to listen in. Visha, thank you, thank you, thank you once
You're
again
welcome.
for joining and chatting and spreading some important gems to the people tonight
Absolutely.
about donation. Anything else you want to close with?
Uh, Sign up
Right.
www.redcrossblood.org.
There
Use
it
the
is.
sponsor code Be Strong. There might be a few prizes, out there for those who get on that schedule first. Maybe the first 5 people who make their appointments, or first 10 people who make their appointments on that schedule will have something extra special for you on the day of the drive.
Well, let me pull up that list right now, and I'm going to be counting, taking notes, so I can make
That's
sure I get
right.
first in. I'll make sure I write your names down.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, okay, you guys, we're gonna let you go. You have a beautiful, blessed evening. You stay well, and we'll see you next time on our next Tuesday chat. Good
Good
night.
night.